Hey guys, it's Megan again. I've gotten some comments that some people still feel uncomfortable using the 9 drill tip. So I just wanted to go ahead and demonstrate that again today. So what I'm going to do first is I've poured some beads in my bead boat. I'm just going to go back and forth, and switching hands helps me. And then when I get a decent amount, I'm going to shake it on an angle like this, so that the ones that aren't the right side up fall down here, and then I can use all of this space. Now, if you have a hard time getting the drills to land right side up, just play with it. I have to switch hands because when I shake it with this hand, the beads tend to move this way. When I shake it with this hand, they move back. So I'm just going to leave the ones that aren't flipped over down here, and that's okay. I have a feeling that if you're having trouble with getting your drills to lay flat, it might be because you have too many in your boat. So try not putting as many drills into your tray, into this bead boat next time. So then what I do is I go through and I look for any beads, drills. I keep calling them beads. They're not beads really. All the drills that aren't great. So ones that are too small, ones that are too big. I just take kind of an initial glance at it all, just to see if I can see anything right away. I also put it on my my light pad that I have. I'll bring you over here so you can see. And as I'm looking through this, you can start to see any of bubbles that form. You can see through the beads pretty well with any light colors like white and yellows and light greens and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so then once you do that, what I've done now is I've kind of just put them closer together, and I want them, I want them to be a little bit away from the edge of this side over here. So I just push them all a little bit away so that when I stick this drill head down, I have space for it to go into. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 9, because in my area right here, I've got a ton of white that are 9 drills deep. So I'm going to use the 9 drill tip across all of it. And what I do is I count it once, and then with the following, each row underneath it, I just have to measure it. So I don't have to count it. I can just measure it against the previous ones that I've done. And then when I get over to, these ones are kind of pushed. When I get over here, these are all the ones that I have extra. So then I'll just make more sets of 9 over here. And then I'll fill in with any extras to make as many complete sets of 9 that I can, because I don't want to have to really think about it while I'm doing it. I haven't used my tweezers in a little while. I'm a little bit rusty, sorry. When you go to pick up multiples with these tweezers, you have to do the lightest touch possible. These tweezers are actually not ones that I got in a kit, in a diamond painting kit. I bought them separately. They're pretty cheap from China, but they're stronger than the ones that I don't know if you can see that. I don't know which, I think it goes this way. I'm trying to get it so you can see what it looks like. There. Like that. And I like them because they're bent at that tip, and also they're a little bit stronger metal. Not the strongest, but they work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 9 drill tip. It has wax in it. Hopefully it has enough wax in it to stick to all the beads. I'm going to go to one of my lines and pick it up. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at this end here, so when I go in to put it down, this bead right here has some space to go into so that I can fit it flush to the canvas. See? And then I like to go back and just press them down to make sure that they all got pressed enough. And then you do it again. Prepping your bead boat is a time saver unless you wreck it. Then it's not so much a time saver if you bump into it or whatever. The other thing I'm doing, and I've said this in my previous video, but not everybody sees all of my videos, so I'm gonna say it again. That just, did you see that? That just flung right out. That was crazy. That click is so satisfying, isn't it? So the other thing I do when I'm laying these down is I come to this side and I line this side up first, and then I swing the whole thing up to be right against the other beads that are next to it. That's how I get them to go straight onto the row next to it. That's why I work from right to left, is because I'm left-handed. I can see over here and I can't see on the other side of my hand. So that's why that works best for me. If you're right-handed, you might have to do everything opposite as me. All right, so I picked this up, but I lost the one on the end, so I'm just gonna go back and pick up a stray one. Like that. And some people say, well, by the time I get all this prepped and I, you know, adjust the beads once I lay them down, I could have just done it one at a time and it would have been faster. I've actually tried it and it's actually not faster. Once you get okay with it, it goes pretty quick. And it's actually much faster to do a big block of color with the bigger drill tips. The 6 drill tip is much easier. It's more manageable, to be honest. But this one's okay too. I just have to adjust them a little bit more. And I think that's just because there's so many beads going on at once. That's all. Like I said in a previous video, not that we, oops, I picked up 2 lines at once. Whoops. Not that we want to do this craft super fast, that's not the point. But at the same time, when you have a lot of the same color, like all this white that I have going on here, it can get really monotonous, you know, and it's not as enjoyable for me when I'm bored doing all of these things. One color just over and over and over with a single tip. So for me, I like doing it this way. So I'm going to stop for now and I'm going to show you what I have done so far. Take the tape off here, okay. Turn it a little bit. And ta-da! I wonder if I'm going to turn on my other light. Maybe that's better. Ta-da! That's what I have so far. It's looking good. It's looking good. Oops. So I'm going to keep on going. And if anyone has any other questions about the multiple drill tips that I didn't answer, please let me know. And happy painting. Thanks for watching.